Friends, have you ever thought about how a little boy, born in a poor family, who had neither money nor power, nor even proper health to live, could one day become the greatest football player in the world? This is the story of Lionel Andrés Messi, a boy who never let his short height or big struggles become his weakness. A boy who risked everything for his dreams, and finally became the god of football. From today, we begin the true story of his life, the journey from struggle to success. And believe me, friends, this story will not only inspire you about football, but also teach you the real lessons of life. Lionel Messi was born on the 24th of June, 1987, in the small city of Rosario, Argentina. His family was poor. His father, Jorge Messi, worked at a steel factory, and his mother, Celia, worked as a cleaner in people's homes. The Messi family lived in a tiny house. With 4 siblings in one room, life was never easy. Money was always short. But one thing they always had in abundance was the passion for football. In the streets of Rosario, children didn't play with toys. They played with footballs. And Messi, even as a toddler, was always running with the ball at his feet. His family recalls, Messi was so little, he could barely walk, but the ball was always stuck to his feet. When Messi was just 4 years old, his grandparents gifted him his very first football. That moment changed his life forever. This little boy, smaller than all the other kids, would run day and night behind the ball. Even when older kids played, Messi would steal the ball from them. His grandmother, Celia, always encouraged him. Lionel, one day you will make the whole world proud. Messi was very close to her. But fate tested him again. At the age of just 10, Messi lost his beloved grandmother. That pain never left him. Even today, after every goal, he points to the sky, as if saying thank you to his grandmother. At the age of 5, his father enrolled him in a small club called Grandoli. The coach, seeing Messi for the first time, was stunned. Such a tiny child, yet the ball stuck to his feet like magic. Messi would run across the field, dribbling past bigger kids and score goals. Very soon, his talent caught everyone's eye. And then he got the chance to play for Newell's Old Boys, a big local club. This was huge for Messi. Now he wasn't just playing in small tournaments, he was in real matches. Over the next 5 years, Messi scored nearly 500 goals for Newell's. Friends, just imagine. Only a 10-year-old boy with such an unbelievable record. But life was about to throw the biggest storm his way. At the age of 11, doctors diagnosed Messi with growth hormone deficiency. This meant his body and height would not grow normally. The doctor warned, if Messi doesn't get treatment, he will never become a professional footballer. But the treatment was extremely expensive, costing around $900 every month. Messi's poor family simply couldn't afford it. His father, Jorge, knocked on every door, insurance companies, big clubs in Argentina, but nobody was ready to help. Messi's dream seemed broken. He would cry thinking, maybe I'll never play football again. But they say, when your dreams are true, destiny itself finds a way. Word of Messi's talent reached Spain. Scouts from FC Barcelona saw him play and were shocked. This kid is small, but his talent is enormous, they said. Barcelona invited Messi for trials, and then came the day that changed his life forever. The club's director, so impressed, wrote a contract on a simple napkin paper. We will take Messi into Barcelona and pay for his entire treatment. Friends, imagine. A small piece of paper, a single line written on it. And that pulled Messi out of despair, turning him into the biggest star in football history. At just 13 years old, Messi moved to Barcelona with his father. His mother and siblings had to stay back in Argentina. It was a new country, a new language, a new world. Messi was painfully shy. Kids at school made fun of him. "You're so small." He often stayed alone, quietly crying. But the moment he had a ball at his feet, the world forgot his size. Barcelona placed him in their youth academy, La Masia, the birthplace of legends. Here too, Messi shocked everyone. Coaches would say, "Messi doesn't need to be taught football, just give him the ball and watch the magic." Meanwhile, his medical treatment continued. His body grew stronger, and his football grew deadlier. By 2003, Messi was promoted to Barcelona B team. At that time, Barcelona's senior team had legends like Ronaldinho, Xavi and Puyol. Messi, still shy, was welcomed warmly by Ronaldinho, who said, "This kid will surpass us all one day." Later that year, at the age of 16, Messi finally debuted for the senior team in a match against Porto. Fans didn't know his name yet, but the moment he stepped onto the pitch, his speed, dribbling and control stunned everyone. Barcelona lost the match, but the world had just witnessed the first glimpse of Lionel Messi. In 2005, Messi scored his first official La Liga goal against Albacete. The entire stadium of Camp Nou rose to applaud. Ronaldinho, who gave the assist, smiled and said, "Now the real magic begins." In 2006, Barcelona won the Champions League. Messi couldn't play the final due to injury, but his performance in the tournament proved one thing: a new superstar had arrived. In 2007, during the legendary El Clasico against Real Madrid, Messi scored a hat-trick at just 19 years old. From that day, Spain declared, "This kid isn't human. He's the future god of football." But friends, success never comes without pain. Messi gave everything to Barcelona. Champions League titles, La Liga trophies, countless magical nights. But whenever he wore the Argentina jersey, luck seemed to run away from him. In 2014, Messi led Argentina to the FIFA World Cup final in Brazil. For a moment, the whole world thought, this is Messi's time. But in the final against Germany, Argentina lost 1-0. Messi stood heartbroken, looking at the World Cup trophy. So close, yet out of reach. The heartbreak didn't end there. In 2015 and 2016, Argentina lost 2 back-to-back Copa America finals, both on penalties. Messi cried like a child. He even announced his retirement from international football in 2016, saying, "I've tried everything, but maybe this trophy is not for me." Fans across the world begged him to return. Argentina needed their leader, and Messi, with a heavy heart, came back. Then came another storm. In 2021, after more than 20 years with Barcelona, Messi had to leave because the club was drowning in financial problems. The world watched in shock as Messi cried during his farewell press conference. His home, his club, his life, all gone in a moment. He joined Paris Saint-Germain, but his heart always remained with Barcelona and Argentina. But destiny was still writing the most beautiful chapter of his life. In 2021, Messi finally lifted his first ever international trophy, the Copa America. Argentina defeated Brazil at the Maracanã Stadium. Messi fell to his knees, crying tears of joy. The little boy from Rosario had finally won for his country. And then came the biggest moment, FIFA World Cup 2022 in Qatar. The whole world said, this is Messi's last chance. Match after match, Messi played like a man on a mission. He scored goals, gave assists, and inspired his teammates like never before. In the final against France, the game became one of the greatest matches in football history. 120 minutes, 3-3. And then, penalties. Argentina won the shootout. Messi finally lifted the World Cup trophy. At that moment, billions of fans cried with him. The dream of his grandmother, the struggle of his father, the prayers of his mother. Everything had come true. From a poor child in Rosario who couldn't even afford his medical treatment, to becoming the world champion and the greatest footballer in history. This is Lionel Messi, the boy who became the GOAT.